Alright, new video coming up. I'm gonna let Eevee do the talking so that you guys can see who it is. Jolteon! And this is my Masuda method Eevee as well. So for some quick facts about Jolteon, so Jolteon's fur is all electrically charged. It's made up of a whole bunch of pins that give off negative ions, and that's why it can use electricity. The only interesting fact that I was able to find about Jolteon is in the original Japanese version, Jolteon and Zapdos had very similar names. The only difference was a single character that made them different, so I thought that was kind of cool. And this is another of the Eevee evolution line that it's not great. Really, the only reason it's not great is because it has such a limited move pool. There's not a lot of good attacks that Jolteon uses outside of just straight up electric attacks. There are a couple roles that Jolteon can fill. I'll show you those. Mostly Jolteon is going to be a doubles Pokemon, or you're going to use it to counter Pokemon like Gyarados. Alright, so let's go into moves. So the moveset that I have on Jolteon is pretty straightforward. I use Thunderbolt, which is a TR. You'll get them from doing electric raids. Volt Switch, that's a TM. Volt Switch is really good. You get it from the Rotom Rally. You need 20,000 or more points in the Rotom Rally. And then once you get that, it's given to you by one of the trainers in the wild area. If you don't have this and you're going for it, take one of the longer paths. It's not too hard to get. I accidentally got it on one of my first couple of Rotom Rallies, so you don't have to be crazy good at them. But just try not to hit Pokemon in your way and you'll probably get it. And then Yawn and Wish, they're egg moves. You don't have to have both of these. I'm going to explain why I have both of these. If you only have one, I would say swap out Wish or Yawn with Thunder Wave, just for that dedicated status condition. Thunderbolt does cause Paralyze. Sometimes I think it's like a 20%, 10%. It's not reliable, but you can get it. Thunder Wave I don't really think is worth the slot, but if you do, or you just don't want to get the egg moves, totally fine. Electro Ball is one of those moves that I do see put on Jolteon. The only reason that I don't put it on Jolteon is the damage is calculated by speed, and while Jolteon is pretty fast, Jolteon is not the fastest Pokemon, and it will not outspeed Scarf users. So I think Thunderbolt's a little bit more reliable. 90 power is a pretty good amount of power for the accuracy that you're getting. You can take that move if you want to. I just don't think it's very reliable, and that's the only reason I don't have it on this build. So kind of the idea here with Jolteon is to set up either Wish or Yawn and then Volt Switch away. So let's say you have a Pokemon in your party that's at about half health. You'll set up Wish, and then if you live through Wish, you'll Volt Switch, get an attack in, and it's 70 attack, which is pretty good, and then force a switch out. Once the new Pokemon lands in, it will be healed by half of Jolteon's max health, which is pretty cool. Another thing you can do is also Yawn. You kind of force them to swap out, but then if you Yawn, you get a free attack off of Volt Switch. And then Thunderbolt's there just to give some damage to Jolteon if you decide to go that route. Alright, so let's go into stats. Jolteon has a very average stats, except for its special attack and speed. They're okay. They're not the best. They're still pretty good though. Special attack 110, speed 130. Because of that, I go for a modest nature, so special attack up, attack down. If you wanted to go the Electro Ball route, you could go speed up, attack down. That way you'd be a little bit faster, you'd have some damage to back it up. It's a little risky, but if you're going that build, that's the nature I would take. For Eevees, if you're going the Electro Ball route, definitely put it into speed and HP. I'm not doing that one. I would put mine into special attack and HP. And the reason that I'm putting them into HP instead of speed is Wish is calculated by half the HP of the Pokemon that used it. So if you have more HP, not only will you be more survivable, but you'll heal more to the Pokemon in waiting that you Volt Switch out to. And then this one I'm going with the ability Quick Feet, just because let's say you switch in and somebody, poisons you, does something status effect to you, you can get a lot faster and Volt Switch out to just kind of be like, no, I'm not dealing with that. Volt Absorb is good too if you're in doubles, so like let's say you're running Gyarados, you could run Jolteon beside Gyarados, and then just kind of absorb those lightning attacks that might be coming his way. If somebody sees Jolteon, they're just probably not going to use electrical attacks, but it has its use. I think Quick Feet's good. Makes the Pokemon a little bit more survivable because he can get out real quick. I would say that it doesn't matter too much what the ability is for Jolteon, so if you don't have a hidden ability, Eevee, Volt Switch is fine. And there it is, Jolteon. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you like the video, please like it. If you are new here, thanks for checking me out. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm almost at 200 subscribers. Yay. Almost doubled since Christmas, so that's pretty good. Thank you guys for all of the support. I have more Pokemon videos coming, I promise. I've just been getting really annoyed with getting the Toxic Orb for Flareon. That video is coming once I get the Toxic Orb. I might just give up and say like, hey, I just couldn't get the Toxic Orb. I'm just pretend that it's on Flareon, but best of luck to you getting it. Yeah, I have a couple more Pokemon that I have been waiting that I just need to do reviews on. I'm also playing Temtem right now. I want to do a little bit other stuff outside of Pokemon. So I might start doing a couple more video games. If you guys have any suggestions for another video game that you'd like to see on these videos, or if you'd just like to see a playthrough, I do love horror games. I haven't put very much of those on the channel. I think horror games and Pokemon don't really mix too well, but now that YouTube turned off comments for all videos that were marked child appropriate, I had to take all of that down, so I'm not getting those views anymore. But that means I can dip into horror a little bit more, so if you want to see that, let me know. I got a couple games queued up for that. Alright, end rant. See you guys. Bye.